Oh, great. I know I'm live now, as it says live. Hi. I'm just going to put... Fix my lighting a bit. Oh, wrong way. Hi everybody, Honor Newman here. So this live is about how to improve your money and love. So this is an area that so many of us really want to get right, yet we struggle with it. I've struggled with it so much, and it's caused me to go on a journey to learn about why. So, there's very specific things that we need to have a great love life and financial life. And the reason that I talk about them together is because they're basically, the same, coming from the same energy. So basically, if you want to improve the quality of the love and money in your life, it's about where you're at, basically. Now this is confronting for a lot of people, but it's not your fault, because basically society has raised you to be codependent. So from day one, from the day that you're born, you're taught, you have to do this, you have to go to school, you have to do your homework, you have to listen to your teachers, you have to listen to your parents, you have to do what people say. And so it's programmed into you, this sense of obligation is programmed into you, that, you have to, everybody else has got the answer, it's all outside of you, and you've got to listen to what everybody else says and not follow your own intuition and your own voice. And this is what happens. It's really toxic. So slowly we lose complete connection with our own intuition, our own inner guidance, our own voice, our own relationship with ourselves. And this is what completely fucks us up, because we don't listen to our own inner wisdom. So what happens is we lose the love relationship we have with ourselves. It creates this disconnect within us. And then if we got this sort of disconnect in our relationship with ourselves, then we're not going to be able to call in a whole healed love from the outside. Because basically, whatever's going inside of you is going to externalize on the outside. That's why they say that the world is a mirror. So, you've been programmed to be codependent, and then so you attract this codependent relationship. And this was so me. Like, I have this history of attracting people with drug addiction, because I was just so codependent. So I'd always be like attracting the bad boy. He's like really sexy and everything, but his masculinity is like just really weak. Like, he's often really broke. He's addicted to things. Doesn't really take responsibility, anything like that. And that is because I was codependent. So, because the definition of an addict is somebody that is relying on something outside of themselves to feel good, right? So it is basically the definition of codependency. So as long as you are relying on something outside of you to give you validation, to make you feel good, you're going to struggle in your money and financial life. Now, this is big because society is basically set up to make you dependent on other things so that you'll spend money, and so you're not powerful. Like, because when you know that you don't really need anything outside of yourself, you're not going to spend money, and you're hard to seduce and you're hard to manipulate, to be quite honest. So society doesn't want you to actually have a good relationship with yourself. So this is like really quite sad. But I'm telling you the truth. And, a lot of people don't like me telling you the truth because I want to keep you small. And yeah, so I was keeping myself small by, dating these codependent addicts because I was really codependent. I was constantly looking for the next crutch, basically to tell me I'm good enough because I didn't feel good enough, and I was the most ultimate perfectionist that you have ever seen. And anyone that knows what perfectionism is, it's all about overworking, overachieving, to prove to yourself that you're good enough. It's like a compulsion, you never get anywhere doing that. You just end up burning out. So, if you want to attract love, let's just talk about love for a minute, then you've got to be love, basically. So, what does that mean? You've got to be love. You have got to be so loved up within yourself that you just attract more of the same, because like attracts like, okay? So if you're feeling lonely, disconnected, broke, all these things, then you're just going to magnetize that to you. It's only when you don't, this is the paradox, it's only when you don't need anything. You like things, but it's only when you don't need anything or anyone that's when you get it all. And if you're clingy, needy, in any way, forget it. It's the most repelling energy in the universe. So yeah, let's think about it more practically. So whether you're single and you want to meet somebody, or you're in a relationship but you feel like he's not stepping up, and you want more, and he's not really giving you what you know deep down that you deserve, this video is for you. So the way to cure this is basically you've got to stop being codependent. So you've got to stop feeling like you need a relationship. You've got to stop feeling like you need your partner to be or do anything. Because as soon as you put that pressure and expectation, you have this clingy and needy energy that's just going to repel a future partner or your own partner. He may not leave you, but he'll just be like unmotivated to do anything to, be romantic or anything like that. That's how you know that you're kind of emitting the wrong energy. So if you want to attract love, you have to love the fuck out of yourself. You got to love yourself up. And women, we find this so hard to do because we feel this sense of obligation to look after everybody else. This is how we've been programmed, and we feel we're just almost slaves to this feeling of guilt. This massive feeling of guilt that we all carry about being a bad mom, or not being nice, or being greedy, or being selfish. Like, women just carry this huge burden of feeling all these things, and that is really what is holding you back in your money and love life. This sense of obligation, this fear of being selfish, this fear of being rejected by other people, like not being able to really, really, really honor what you want, what you desire, and to make that happen. My hair's just doing weird things. It always does weird things. It's got a mind of its own. Oh god, where are we up to in terms of time? So, you've heard the cliche that, you've got to love yourself. But, it's not necessarily that easy to do when you have so much programming working against you. So instead of doing the vision board or whatever to attract the ideal partner, it's more about letting go of, all this bullshit that you feel that you have to do things to please other people, to make them happy. This is actually turning off your guy. Because to be brutally honest, he doesn't want a doormat. He doesn't want a drama queen and he doesn't want a doormat. So what the fuck does he want? He wants a happy woman. So your first step in, transforming your relationship or your love life is to become a happy woman. Okay? And then once you take all of the focus off him and you become a happy woman, and then you see what he does. What does he do? Does he become inspired? Or does he just not change? Because then it's going to give you really a lot of clarity on whether he's the one. Because if he's not attracted to you when you're happy, glowing, radiant, if he's not, feeling in love or wanting to give you everything, then he's not the right guy for you. But you are not going to be able to know that until you get into that place within yourself. And, for those of you that are dating, it's very interesting what kind of men show up in your dating reality, because it's going to be a reflection of where you're at with your masculine. So it's free therapy. It's an opportunity for healing. You've got to take it as free therapy and have a look at it why am I attracting this into my life? So, and I just want to say something about money now, because of the title of this video. So, money is the same. So, basically, life and the universe and business is money is just one big game of sex, to be quite honest. So your relationship with your clients is very similar to your romantic relationship. It responds to playful energy, and anything clingy or needy is going to fuck you up every time. So it's really about being able to the journey is basically to obliterate any neediness and any dependence on anything other than yourself. And that doesn't mean that you can't ask for support and want support and want all these things. It's just the way that you hold it, the way that you hold the desire. That is so important. And I'll give you an example. I really wanted to get my son into this private school because he hasn't been happy with where he's at. He's been coming home really sad and miserable and all this type of stuff. And I really wanted to get him into this school, but they don't have a lot of spots. So I called the mum and I said, do they have a spot? And they said, oh yeah, maybe, we'll let you know. And, I was sort of waiting for, quite a few weeks. Nothing was happening. And then I had a session with an amazing coach, and she's like, if you're too attached to this, that's why it's not happening. You have got to want it. It's okay to want it, but you've also got to let it go at the same time. And this is the skill. So what I did was I made peace with him staying at the school that he was at. I went to the school, I talked to the teachers, I said, look, he's really unhappy at the moment, what can we do? we had a brainstorm. You know, I didn't withdraw him from the school or anything like that. I'm just like, well, I don't know whether we're going to be able to get in to this school, so there's a possibility he's going to have to stay here for the next year. So let's just try and make the best of it. And 2 days after I did that, he got the interview at the private school. So it's not like I fully let go of the desire. It's not like I put the desire on the vision board. I just released that clingy and needy energy out of the equation, and I accepted that it wasn't necessarily going to happen. So that's the skill that you need to learn to manifest whatever you want. It doesn't matter what. So that is what I'm teaching in my program. And if you would like to know more, then send me a message, and I'm going to put my website underneath so you can download my Money and Love ebooks. And if you want to do some one-on-one with me, then send me a message, and we can work on your improving your money and love life, because that's literally what everybody wants. Everybody wants to have amazing financial life. Everybody wants to have that hot, sexy love life. And basically it's down to you and doing the inner work to get there, and not feeling guilty that, you know, things aren't the way that you want right now. A lot of it's not your fault. It's the way you've been programmed, raised. You know, a lot of negative stuff's being put into you for many reasons. So the journey is to let go of what's not working for you. And I'll love to help anyone that's really ready to really up level in this area of their life. If you're not ready, you're not ready. If you are ready, message me.